Well, welcome to Downtown Ring Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, November 5th, 2020, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Jeremy Irons will star in a Netflix adaptation of Munich. Netflix is developing a new film based on the Robert Harris novel. Munich takes place in 1938 as Europe stands on the brink of war. British civil servant Hugh Legat and German diplomat Paul von Hartmann travel to Munich for an emergency conference and find themselves at the center of a web of political suffrage. The movie co-stars George McKay, Janice Newhammer, Sandra Holler, Liv Lisa Fries, August Dale, Aaron Doherty, and Martin Wuchtek. Christian Chagawatch, who has directed The Crown, will direct the film from a script by Ben Power. Irons will play former British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, with McKay as Legat and Wuchtek as Adolf Hitler. Wuchtek previously played Hitler in the 2009 film Inglourious Basterds. Harris said in a statement, "It's great to see an actor of Jeremy Irons' stature to play Neville Chamberlain. This will be the first time a major movie has gone beyond the cult of Winston Churchill and tried to show Chamberlain in a more sympathetic light. The film is in production in Germany and will also shoot in the United Kingdom. The movie is slated for release in 2021. Irons most recently starred as Adrian Veidt on the HBO series Watchmen. McKay portrayed William Schofield in the film 1917. Isabel Fuhrman and Julia Stiles are shooting in Winnipeg a prequel to the 2009 horror film Orphan. Variety reported Fuhrman is reprising her role of Esther. In the first movie, Esther was revealed to be an Eastern European woman with primordial dwarfism, pretending to be a 9-year-old as she terrorizes her adoptive parents, played by Peter Sarsgaard and Vera Farmiga. The filmmakers are using forced perspective photography and makeup to transform Fuhrman, who is now 23, into a child for the prequel. The new film is about how Leah Kamler, aka Esther, escaped an Estonian psychiatric facility and made her way to the United States. William Brent Bell, whose credits include The Boy and The Devil Inside, is on board to direct Orphan, First Kill, but details about the plot have not been disclosed. Dateline said Riviera Dexter and alum Julia Stiles will also play a role in the film. The Karlovy Vary International Film Festival has canceled its 54th one-and-a-half special event due to ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Organizers announced the news in a press release Tuesday amid new COVID-19 restrictions in the Czech Republic. The 54-and-a-half event was to take place November 18th to the 21st in Karlovy Vary. The event was to feature a variety of titles from Sundance, Berlin, Venice, Cannes, and other film festivals, including Apples, No Man Land, The Nest, West, and First Cow. KVIF President Jiffy Bartoska said in a statement, "When we announced the special Karlovy Vary IFF 54.5, we were met with much enthusiastic feedback. People were looking forward to visiting Karlovy Vary to see new films at an unusual time of year." He added, "We're so sorry that we're not being able to hold that event either, but in this era, people's health absolutely takes priority, and I am sure that everyone sees it the same way." Bartoska thanks the Czech Ministry of Culture, the city of Karlovy Vary, the Karlovy Vary region, and the festival's partners for their support. He says, "We believe that thanks to this support, we'll be able to organize our regularly scheduled 55th Karlovy Vary IFF on the 2nd through the 10th of July 2021 to the extent and at the level of quality that our guests, partners, and audiences are accustomed to." Organizer says that the planned 54th and a half special event after the 54th Karlovy Vary IFF, which was to take place in the summer, was canceled due to COVID-19. Warner Bros. Has apologized after its film The Witches received backlash from people with disabilities. In a statement Wednesday, the studio responded to criticism of the depiction of Anne Hathaway's character in the new movie. The Witches is based on the Roald Dahl novel of the same name, which was previously adapted as a 1990 film. In the remake, Hathaway plays the villainous Grand High Witch, who is shown with hands that resemble the limb abnormality electroctylic, known as split hand. Advocates raise concerns on social media that portraying villains with physical defects can perpetuate stereotypes that disabilities are scary. Paralympic athlete Amy Marin was among those to speak out. Marin tweeted, disappointed with the new Warner Bros. Film The Witches. Yes, I'm fully aware that this is a film and these are witches, but witches are essentially monsters. My fear is that the children will watch this film unaware that it massively exaggerates the Roald Dahl original and that limb differences begin to be feared. The Paralympic Games official Twitter account shared the same sentiments online. The post read, limb differences is not scary. Differences should be celebrated, and disabilities have to be normalized. A Warner Brothers rep said that in a statement to Deadline that the studio was deeply saddened to learn that our depiction of the fictional characters in The Witches could upset people with disabilities. The rep says, in adapting the original story, we work with designers and artists to come up with a new interpretation of the claw-like claws that are described in the book. It was never the intention for viewers to feel that the fantastical non-human creatures were meant to represent them. In Dahl's novel, witches are said to have, quote, square feet with no tail, with no toes and claws instead of fingernails. The Witches is a remake directed by Robert Zemeckis and co-stars Octavia Spencer and Stanley Tucci. The film premiered on HBO Max in October. Comedian and actor Bob Saget was eliminated from The Masked Singer Wednesday night. The Fuller House alum wore the Squiggly Monster mask for season 4 of the Fox competition. Saget told Variety, I want to keep going. I deserve it, but my voice cracked a little. And look, the audience voted. I'm the one of those people that accepts the results when people say, you're not coming back. Ken Gyan, Jenny McCarthy, Nicole Schlesinger, and Robin Thicke are among the program's judges, and Nick Cannon is the host. McCarthy tweeted after Saget left the show, we love you, hashtag Squiggly Monster Mask, thanks for giving us so much satisfaction, hashtag The Masked Singer. Rapper Busta Rhymes was the first costume celebrity eliminated this season. After actor Mickey Rourke later took himself out of the competition, and TV icon Brian Austin Green, retired pro football player, sports commentator Mark Sanchez, and talk show host Wendy Williams were subsequently cut from the show. The cast and crew of Family Karma have been putting filming on hold after a person tested positive for COVID-19. People confirmed Wednesday that the Bravo series has halted production on season 2 due to COVID-19 pandemics or concerns. The source says the cast and crew are tested regularly and rigorous safety protocols have been put into place, which includes contact tracking. It was determined based on those shutdowns that there was a need to shut down and due to the protocols. Family Karma is a reality series following an Indian American families living in the Miami, Florida area. He reported Tuesday that an unnamed person involved in the production tested positive for COVID-19. Page 6 said filming will be shut down for about 2 weeks. Everyone involved in production will be retested for COVID-19 upon their return. Sources say the cast won't film during Diwali, a Hindu religious festival that begins November 14th this year. Family Karma stars Amrit Kapi, Anisha Ramchakrishna, Bali Chanini, Brian Benny, Monica Vaswani, Sean Patel, and Vishnu Parvani. The series is premiered in March. Fortune Feimster appeared on the Drew Barrymore show Wednesday and discussed how she knew she was meant to be with wife Jacqueline Smith after the pair made a pact while watching Dateline. Feimster says she and Smith sat down to watch Dateline early in their relationship and both asked not to be killed by the other at the same time. Feimster recalled, at the same time we looked at each other and we go, Promise me you never murder me. And I was like, you're thinking that too. Oh my gosh, we're meant to be. The comedian continued, we made a pact not to murder each other. We shook hands and said, I promise never to murder you. And I was like, you're the one for me. Feimster and Smith got married recently in October at a rented house with an ocean view, Malibu. Feimster released in January her Netflix stand-up special titled Sweet and Salty. The 4-year-old will next be seen in the comedy film Chick. The Bachelorette is teasing Clare Crawley's much-rumored exit from the show. On Wednesday, ABC shared a preview of Thursday's episode that hints at the drama to come. Crawley reportedly stopped filming The Bachelorette shortly into season 16 because she was already in love with one of the contestants. Tayshia Adams is rumored to replace her on the show and was last shown in the final scene of last week's episode. In the teaser, Crawley is seen defending herself, saying, I was never apologized for love. She is then shown getting closer to contestant Dale Moss, a former football player. In another scene, contestant Kenny Brass asked Crawley if she was talking to Moss before the show started. Bachelorette host Chris Harrison is then seen telling Crawley, congratulations, you've just blown up The Bachelorette. The preview ends with Crawley gone, leaving the contestants unsure if they are going home or there will be a new Bachelorette. Crawley addressed rumors about her season during an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live in October. Crawley denied that she refused to go through the process after falling in love with Moss. She says, I promise you, I showed up, I was there for the journey, I was there to fall in love, and I saw my season through to find out what I was looking for. Crawley previously appeared in Juan Pablo Galavas' season of The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise Season 1 and 2, and Bachelor Winter Games. One Tree Hill and Lethal Weapon alum Hilarie Burton has joined the cast of The Walking Dead Season 11. The Walking Dead executive producer Gail Ann Hurd says, join me in hashtag welcoming Hilarie Burton to our amazing hashtag The Walking Dead family. We are thrilled to have you join us. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts, thanks to you, and at JD Morey. Burton will play Negan's late wife Lucille in flashbacks during the zombie apocalypse drama upcoming 11th and final season on AMC. Burton's real-life husband, Jeffrey D. Morgan, has played the villain Negan since season 6. She says it's been pretty hard to keep the secret, but I love working at J.D. Morgan. I love watching him become hashtag Negan and take on that swagger. And I love at the Walking Dead family. They've been a part of our family for ages, and I'm so grateful for their kindness, love, hashtag here's Lucille. The couple has been starring together from their home in an AMC reality series called Friday Night with the Morgans since the coronavirus pandemic shut down TV and film productions down in the United States. Castle Rock, a horror anthology inspired by the works of Stephen King, will not get a third season on streaming service Hulu. Dateline and Variety reported the cancellation Tuesday, explaining it was because the production behind it, Warner Bros. Television, is now focusing on supplying content to Warner Media's streaming service HBO Max. Premiering in 2018, Season 1 of Castle Rock stars Andre Holland, Sissy Spacek, Jane Levy, and Bill Skarsgård. It was an original supernatural story featuring the minor characters and the main town settling of numerous King tales. Season 2, which debuted in 2019, was a prequel to King's novel Misery. It starred Lizzie Kaplan, Tim Robbins, and Elsa Fisher. The show's executive producers and showrunners were Sam Shaw and Dustin Thomason. Hulu has also recently canceled High Fidelity, Runaways, Harlot, and Future Man. Flip or Flop star Christina Anstead is officially heading for divorce. TMZ reported Tuesday that Anstead filed for divorce from her estranged husband, television personality Ant Anstead, in Orange County, California, after less than 2 years of marriage. Us Weekly confirmed Anstead filed for divorce Tuesday. Anstead's posters and friend Cassie Zebich also confirmed the news to People. Anstead and Anstead married in December 2018. The pair have a 13-month-old son, Hudson. Anstead also has a daughter, Taylor, 18, and son, Braden 5 with her husband, Flipper Flop co-star Tariq Al Musa. And Anstead has a daughter, 14, Emil, and a son, Archie, 14, from his marriage to Louise Herbert. Anstead announced her split from Anstead in September. She said on Instagram, "Ant and I made the difficult decision to separate. We are grateful for each other, and as always, our children will remain our priority. We appreciate your support and ask for privacy for us and our family as we navigate the future." Anstead reflected on her relationships in a subsequent post on Instagram. She wrote, "I never thought I would have one divorce, let alone two. I never thought it would have two baby daddies. But sometimes life throws us some curveballs. Instead of getting in these setbacks, I choose to look at these challenges as opportunities to grow." In addition to Flipper Flop, Anstead stars on the HGTV series Christina on the Coast, and Anstead hosts the series Wheelers Dealers. Michael J. Fox is revisiting the darkest moment of his life, which he says made him question everything. The 59-year-old actor said in the November 16th issue of People magazine that a health setback in 2018 was his darkest moment since his Parkinson's disease diagnosis. In 2018, Fox underwent surgery to remove a non-cancerous tumor from his spine, unrelated to his battle with Parkinson's disease. The surgery was successful, but Fox had to learn to walk again following the procedure. Fox appeared to be recovering and was scheduled to film a cameo in a Spike Lee movie. The morning of the shoot, he was alone in his New York City apartment when he fell and broke his arm. The star recalled, "That was definitely my darkest moment. I just snapped. I was leaning against the wall in my kitchen, waiting for the ambulance to come, and I felt this is as low as this gets for me." He says, "It was like when I questioned everything. I can't put a shiny face on this. There's no bright side to this, no upside. This is just all regrets and painful." Fox said that the injury made him question his optimism and his ability to offer hope for others. He says, "Parkinson's, my back, my arms, it still didn't add up to move the needle on the misery index compared to what some people go through. I thought, how can I fall for these people? Chin up, look at the bright side, things are going to be great." Fox was largely confined to the bed during his recovery and watched a lot of TV, including 1970s game shows. He says the shows helped him rediscover his positive outlook. He says, "Optimism is really rooted in gratitude. Optimism is sustainable when you keep coming back to gratitude, and what keeps from that is acceptance." He added, "It doesn't mean that you can't endeavor to change. It doesn't mean that you have to accept it as a punishment or a penance. Then you see how much of the rest of your life you have to thrive in, and they can move you on." Fox also discussed the story in his new memoirs, No Time Like Future, and Optimists Consider Mortality. The book is slated for release will be released on November 17th. Arcade Fire performed a new song titled Generation A while appearing on the Stephen Colbert Election Night special on Showtime. Colbert introduced the band on Tuesday by saying that the song is inspired by the current climate of our country and includes a hopeful message for the youth. Arcade Fire's Win Butler sings, they won't wait a little longer, and the times aren't going to change. They'll wait until tomorrow. Yesterday is always strange. They say wait until you're older and you will understand. They say the generation's coming, but I don't think they understand that I am not patient man. Members William Butler, Regine Cheshyang, Jeremy Gara, Tim Kingsbury, and Richard Reed Perry were also present for the performance, which was recorded inside a darkly lit studio with a disco ball hanging from the ceiling. Arcade Fire last released the album Everything Now in 2017. J Balvin is sharing his struggles with anxiety and depression. The 35-year-old Colombian singer and rapper born Jose Balvin discussed his mental health Tuesday in a series of candid videos on Instagram stories. Balvin said in Spanish, Like any other person, I've had some challenges. This time it's anxiety and depression. He added, I don't like acting or faking my happiness or pretending that everything is perfect. I'm like any person. I'm fragile and vulnerable, possibly more than all of you. Balvin posted the videos after being largely absent from social media in the past few weeks. He told fans, soon the storm will pass and I'll be back cracking jokes with all of you. I'm not here to act, but to be real and share what I'm feeling at the moment. Balvin previously discussed his struggles with anxiety and depression in an Instagram video in November 2019. He says, anxiety and depression are a reality. Perhaps it's part of my mission on Earth to talk about things that accept. Fellow singer Camila Cabello said in a Time magazine profile on Balvin, published in September, that Balvin sharing his struggles made her feel less alone. Cabello says, during a period of intense anxiety, I saw his postings on Instagrams talking about his struggles with anxiety and mental health. And I remember bursting out crying because I no longer felt alone. Amazed that someone who has achieved so much incredible things will still be vulnerable and have and be brave enough to share that with the world. He added, if there's one thing I would love everybody to know about him, it's this. Jose has always been so humble, hardworking, and gracious, and so constantly grateful and kind. Balvin is a reggaeton singer who released his fifth studio album, Colores, in March. He released the singles Un Dia, or One Day, with Camila Cabello. And finally, an upscale South Korean clothing label has been hit with the online luxury retailers, including Net-a-Porter, following its association with the K-pop group BTS. Anderson Bell, a contemporary casual branding based in Seoul, is selling out merchandise online after BTS band member Jungkook wore a pair of shoes from the company to the 2019 Billboard Music Awards, the Jungkook Abil reported Wednesday. The fashion label, which merges Korean urban street-inspired style with the minimalist Scandinavian aesthetic, was founded in 2014 and experiments with gender-bending styles, progressive silhouettes, with a youthful and slightly rebellious attitude, according to its official website. Most Korean fashion brands do not have overseas presence, particularly in Europe and North America. Anderson Bell has sold out 92% of its products on a Net-a-Porter, according to Jungkook. The association with BTS has boosted the brand, which was the first Korean label to be added as a pop-up exhibit at Liberty's, a luxury department store in London. Anderson Bell is planning to massively expand in 2021 with a total of 150 stores globally, the report says. The fashion label that began as a mild price brand, but started to raise prices about 20% to 30% in 2017. The company then began to invest tens of thousands of dollars in video content. The rise in prices did not hurt the brand, but rather tap into a quickly demographic of enthusiasts among millennials and Generation Z, according to the Jungkook. BTS has been credited with boosting the South Korean economy, according to South Korea's Korean Foundation of International Cultural Exchange. In 2018, 7.6% of foreign tourists in 2017 have been motivated by BTS to visit the country. Billboard reported Monday BTS is to perform at Korea's 2020 Fact Music Awards. The awards are based on an album and digital song sales. Other Korean artists, including Monsters X, Newrest, and 17, are also expected to perform at the December event, the report says. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, November 5th, 2020. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.